There are a lot of different options out there when it comes to points, and I always like to say not all miles and points are created equal. That's why we do our monthly valuation series. As programs change the value of their rewards, like Delta, increasing the number of miles needed for awards by an unknown amount because they've taken away all award charts, we like to adjust up and down. American airline miles, no matter how you slice it, are more valuable than Delta in almost all circumstances, but not all. Delta miles are not worth nothing. Now, there comes a question from TPG reader Ron. He said, what am I missing? The Capital One card gives double points on everything, so isn't that the best card? And I get that a lot, actually. People just don't understand. Well, if you're earning double points on everything, and even when we do our monthly valuation series, people always say, well, you're earning double, triple, quadruple the points. So first, let me say that our valuation series is only on redemption, right? So we want to peg what 1 mile or point is worth, so that you can do the math and say, well, if I have, there's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of credit cards that offer different ratios. We cannot possibly sit here and do all variations of which credit cards you have, annual fees, the amount of spend. What we do is we take that single point so you can do it on your end. And you're right, the Capital One and Barclaycard Arrival Plus give 2 points per dollar on everything, but that doesn't make them the best card for everyone, because those miles and points can't be transferred to frequent flyer programs. So you want to, American airline miles, 67,500 miles one way, first class to Asia. Now, 67,500 Capital One or Arrival Plus miles are worth $675, give or take, when you factor everything in. Now, I asked you, could you buy a Cathay Pacific first class ticket for $675, or twice that, or 3 times that? You could even do that with 6 times that amount, depending on the route. So the whole point is, frequent flyer programs, the traditional miles, you have to jump through hoops, but that's what pays off. I just flew Lufthansa first class for 62,500 miles and less than $500 for an amazing first class experience. Now, on the flip side, the fixed value points are valuable if you're flying peak times with several family members, if you're flying an economy on cheaper routes that maybe are very popular with award travel, New York to Orlando, sometimes maybe 50,000 miles, but it's only a $400 ticket. In that case, you would want to use your fixed value points because you also earn miles on them. So that also plays into the calculation. You can upgrade them, whereas most award tickets you can't. So to answer your question, there's no one right card for everyone. It depends on what you spend your money on. Capital One, for sure, is simple. And I think that's what's been their biggest selling point. I have a Capital One Venture card. I actually love to use Venture for expenses like bed and breakfast, for travel. So yeah. It just depends on what you want. But just because you earn double points on everything doesn't mean you're coming out ahead versus using other cards. Any other questions, tweet me at The Points Guy and like us on Facebook.